Hi guys, hope you're well. I've got a video for you here, and this video will give you 4 tips that will help you to sell a site on Flippa from scratch and actually make some money. So this will really help you if you're looking to make some extra money. If you're looking for a real way that you can do it, then this will really help you. Now, a way you can make money is obviously by Amazon affiliates, building up the sites, getting them ranked and making commissions. That obviously works, but if you need money now as quickly as possible, this will really help you. One of the ways that you can do that is by building and flipping a site. This will also help you if you've tried to do this in the past and you've been unsuccessful. I'm going to give you you need to have these 4 things in place, okay? And if you don't have these 4 things, it doesn't mean that the site won't sell, but it's going to be harder going, okay? If you have these 4 things ticked off, as a checklist, you have got the best chance of your site selling for good money. In fact, I'm actually putting my money where my mouth is and showing you this, so do check out the link below. It will take you through to this page. You can still get in to the Amazon Cash Blast. What I'm doing is actually showing you this from scratch, so no fancy site that I've had out there for ages that's making money. It's a site built from scratch, from complete scratch, built up and then flipped on Flippa really quickly in under 3 weeks. I'm actually building 2 sites in that time as well, so if you're interested in actually seeing that, for an idea of the amount of money, it's going to flip for around about $400 to $1,000, maybe more. That's the sort of price point that I'm going for. So if that sounds good to you, if that's something that you want to learn how to do and actually see happening, you're getting both in the Amazon Cash Blast. It's a private Facebook group. You get in, you'll be able to see exactly what I'm doing, the niche I've picked, how I set the site up, all of that stuff, okay? How I write the content, how I do the SEO, how I do the listing, and you're also getting everything you need. As I go through, I'll be explaining how to pick the niche for yourself, how to write the content, and all of that stuff. You also get a free 30-day course that walks you through exactly how to build these sites. The downside is it literally is coming down very soon. 1 day and 23 hours left on the clock, and there's only a few spots left. So do get in. I think it will really help you if you just want to make some extra money as quickly as possible. And I'm proving to you it works by actually showing you it working. How's that? So really excited to show you. It's worth joining just to see the niche as well, so you can see why it will work so well. Okay, I'll give you some tips here, some really good ones as well. So the first thing I wanted to say is if you want to do this, the first checkpoint is the niche area. Okay, so you can see like a gaming chair here, and you've got different, like Echo devices, and you've got all sorts, okay, all sorts of products that you could pick from. One of the best ways that you can pick a niche for Flippa is to think about the commission rate. Okay, so you'll find that in your affiliate account, how much you get paid per sale, the price point of the product, because obviously it will affect how much you get paid per sale, the price point, okay. And the other thing that will really help you with this is to make sure that you check Flippa itself and check the sold sites. So go to the sold sites and have a look. Here we go, so websites, content, review and blog, and have a look at the stuff that's sold, okay, and the sort of niches they're in. And there's a certain criteria for that I'm giving you in the group that will make sure that when you do this, you're going to have a site that will sell really well, okay. So the niche is a big part of it. You need a niche area that's up and coming, a niche area that's really popular. That will help. And you want to have a look at the sold criteria on Flippa and make sure that if someone's recently sold a site on Flippa for good money that's relatively new in a niche area, that suggests that you can do exactly the same. So you can see how it sets you up to you don't mind putting the work in when you know pretty much this will sell. I also show you that in the Facebook group. I've got a really good niche and an example of that. So if you're interested in niche picking to do this, join us. It's well worth the price, and you'll be able to see it happening in real time and just do the same. The second thing, this is really big, a really big area. So let me just load this up. Okay, so I'm just loading up a Flippa listing here. This isn't to be used as it's not just a site that's been built and flipped. This one has been built up for a year, but I'm just showing you it because the second checkpoint is you need to know how to build sites. It sounds really, really obvious, but if you want to flip a site, you know, like those push button sites and so on, it just won't work. Or you can give it a go. You could create a site with a click of a button and try and sell it. What you'll normally find is you'll just waste money on the listing fee and it won't sell. Best case scenario is you have to sell so many to make some money. You know, people might buy it for $20-$30 and it won't even cover the listing fee hardly, and then after all your taxes and fees, it's not worth doing. So the second thing that you really, that sounds obvious but it's a point that many people miss, is you need to have really good content, i.e., you know, written well and real content, because that's what people will see. SEO. So you need to have SEO on the site. If you're going to be selling the site as an SEO site, meaning if you're selling the site, even if it's not made any sales, but if you're selling the site and you're saying to people, look, this is all set up to rank, you need to have that in place. The good thing is it's not overly difficult, but you do need to have a working knowledge of that. Okay, tracking and analytics, you need to have Google Analytics on it, and you need to have your affiliate links in ideally. Okay, because then you're selling it on the Flippa site and people can see, yes, it's a good niche, as we spoke about just a second ago. Yes, it's all set up properly. Yes, it's SEO'd correctly, and there's good content on there. So that's another thing to bear in mind. You need to know how to do that. When you join the Facebook group below, I'm giving you a free course, a 30-day course that will guide you through. So let's say you're watching this and you're like, it sounds good, but I've no idea, I've never built a site before. You're getting everything you need. In order, I recommend going through the 30-day course first and then tackling your first Flippa site and making some money. But you can learn this stuff relatively quickly. The main thing is not to get bogged down in trying to make it perfect. You don't need to be a master at it. You just need to have a good site, good content, good SEO, and make sure that you have tracking on it. Okay, the next thing, the third point, is this is really missed a lot as well, and you'll be able to see this in the Facebook group again because I'm showing you live as we go through. The actual Flippa listing. Okay, people really miss a trick with the Flippa listing because what they do is they put a listing up and they just write a few lines and go, this is my site for sale, it's an Amazon affiliate site and it's in a really good niche. That is your real estate here that you're paying for, and you want to use as much of it as you can to give as much information as possible. Make sure that you really know how to write a good listing. It doesn't mean that you have to oversell it. Okay, so I'm not saying be overly salesy, but I'm just saying you need to have a good listing. So when you go and list it on Flippa, again, I'm showing you how to do this in the Facebook group. It just will allow you to really use that area that you've got to show people the niche, the searches that are coming in. Even if you're selling a site that hasn't made any sales, you can show the searches that are coming in, and you can show how profitable the niche is and how up and coming it is and why you set the site up. You want to spend some time doing that, not to write an essay, but you definitely don't want to list something and just put a few lines saying this is my site, it's a really good one. Okay, you need to be able to sell. The fourth thing is sort of a continuation of the third. Your price. Okay, so your price will, I know this sounds obvious, but how you set this up. So are you going to set it up as a bidding? Are people going to bid to buy the site? What's your starting price? What's your reserve price? And your bonuses? Have you got anything else to offer? Are you going to help them with the transfer of the site? Have you got any other niches to give them? Have you got any content to give them? All of these questions are really good. When you're writing your Flippa listing, you need to think about this and the price that you're selling it for, and if you need money like immediately. What I tend to see a lot of is people way overvaluing their sites, which there's no problem with. But if you need to make a sale, you know, I'm showing this in the Facebook group anyway. It's another thing that I'm showing. This is why I wanted to set it up and actually show you it working, so you'll be able to see how much sites are worth. That said, you can sell a site for anything that you want. You built the site, you value it, but there is obviously a guidelines that you can follow if you want to make a sale quickly. People are looking for a deal. That doesn't mean you need to undersell it or shortchange yourself, but you do need to have an idea of what a site's worth and how much to go for. And if you do those 4 things, number 1, the niche, and make sure that it's up and coming, good commission rate, make sure that you look at the sold and see what's selling. Number 2, you know how to build the site, good content, SEO and tracking. Number 3, you spend time on the Flippa listing and it's actually encouraged to sell. You've got your attachments there, you're showing the tracking, you're showing that the site's indexed, you're showing that it's set up correctly, you're showing the searches. And number 4, you communicate with the people interested in your site when they ask questions and so on. Maybe do them a video tour of the site. Your price, how you set it up will have a bearing on how well the site does, and any bonuses that you have will have a bearing as well. If you get those 4 things right, what you've actually got is an income stream, the fabled income stream. You know how people say revenues of income online? Well, this is a really, really good one and something that you can get going with relatively quickly, but you need to have that in place. If you don't have that in place, it will be really, really hard. If you use push button sites where you just click a button and the site's there, that's not going to sell, because people that buy sites will be able to tell them a mile off. You know, people that have the money to invest on sites have successful sites, and they will take them off your hands, but they need to be a real site. They need to have some work done on them. So if you're interested in doing that and making some extra money, come and join me. I'd love to have you with us. You'll get that 30-day course. You will get to see it. It's not just another course. This is different, okay? What I have actually done is set it up so you can see it done. You're going to see me do it, and then while we're going through, I'm also telling you how to do it. So this is what I'm doing, this is how much money it's made. You're seeing a complete site flipped from scratch. You're getting everything you need to learn how to do it, and you get results. In fact, I'm so sure that it will work for you that if you do everything I say in the Facebook group, it's not a massive amount, but if you get a site up and running the way I show you and it doesn't work for you, I'll give you a full refund. So it's got a fail safe. I wanted to do it like this because the simple truth is most people don't go through the steps and get to that point, and I want you to do it. If you need some extra money in 2021, started the year, want to start another income stream, come and join us. And they're the 4 things to bear in mind. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give us a like if you did. Check out the link below for the Amazon Cash Blast, and I will see you inside the Facebook group. What happens is when you click the link, you'll come through to this page. You can grab your spot. There's only a few left, and only till the timer hits 0, and then I will get you in, and you can start seeing exactly how to do this. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day, and I'll see you in